Greek mythology is sometimes known for its curious herbs and what they can do to people. Is it mythological magic or is it science? Is there any truth to the stories about herbs that can alter your perception, your mental state? Let me rephrase with another question. If you were the ruler of a kingdom and you had 3 daughters but they were insane, would you give up 1/3 of your kingdom just to cure them? Now, King Proteus of Argos would not. He refused when a wise man called Melampus offered to cure his daughters but in exchange requested 1/3 of his kingdom. Proteus said no. But the insanity curse that was placed on his 3 daughters by either Dionysus or Hera was just getting worse and worse. It was then starting to infect other women. King Proteus was like, yeah, I better do something about this. He goes back to Melampus and he says, look, I'll give you 1/3 of my kingdom. And Melampus was like, ha, you've come crawling back, but my price has increased. If you want me to cure your daughters, you'll not only have to give me 1/3 of your kingdom, you'll have to give another 1/3 of your kingdom to my brother Bias. King Proteus was like, well, I can't afford to let this insanity curse get any worse and ravage even more of my tiny kingdom. And he agreed. Now Melampus gathered the strongest men of all of Argos and instructed them to shout and dance around, but effectively herd the insane women like sheepdogs do to sheep up to the mountains of Sicyon. Now Melampus was kind of like a wise man, a sort of a priest to Dionysus. So once he had herded all of these insane women into one area where they were isolated, he restricted their diets. Not really sure how that helped. But he also gave them a very special herb called hellebore. It was supposedly a herb that had antipsychotic and antidepressant qualities. In this way, Melampus was successfully able to cure the women, all except for one of the daughters, Iphinoe. She had actually died in the scuffle getting them up that mountain. But King Proteus was still very grateful that Melampus had been able to cure his other 2 remaining daughters, as well as any of the other women who joined the party. To show his gratitude, King Proteus gave his 2 remaining daughters in marriage to Melampus and his brother Bias. Now, I love mythology, but one thing I really hate about mythology is how sexist stories like these sound. You know, the women are plagued by hysteria and the men come along and save them and cure them. Gross.